Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome to my September 26th DVD and Blu-ray update. I know it's been just about a month since the last update, and I'm just gonna bypass all the introductory stuff because we have such a gigantic haul of stuff to showcase in this update that I just want to get right down to it. So, first up is the Director's Cut Blu-ray DVD combo pack of The Extraordinary Adventures of Adèle Blanc-Sec. I hope I'm not butchering the character's name there. I probably am. This is a new film by Luc Besson, who's, responsible for great films like The Fifth Element. Shout Factory just put this out. They had put out, a few months ago, this film, but now they just re-release it in a director's cut. And while I haven't viewed the film yet, I hear it's just, like, a minor instance of, like, brief nudity, like a boob shot or something that deems this a director's cut, but nonetheless, Shout Factory was kind enough to send it along. I'm really excited to check this out, because just by the trailers and everything that I've been reading about it, it sounds like a cool cross between, like, Indiana Jones or The Mummy, like, films of that stature and that, level. It's kind of a film in that ilk. So I'm really excited to check this out because I haven't seen a Luc Besson film in many years that I really, really enjoyed. So I'm hoping that the fun that, he showcased in The Fifth Element is found again in something like this. So, yeah, I'm really excited to check this flick out. The next one I got is the latest film to hit Blu-ray from Studio Ghibli, and although Disney has been handling most of their stateside Blu-ray releases, this one was actually not done by them, but by another company, New Video, I believe, and this is the special edition Blu-ray DVD combo pack of From Up on Poppy Hill. I haven't checked this one out just yet. I got it earlier on in the month, but yeah, I really enjoy Studio Ghibli. I really appreciate and thank Disney for kind of bringing those releases theatrically stateside. So I've really kind of fallen in love with Studio Ghibli. I really, really love The Secret World of Arrietty, so I'm excited to kind of go through the Ghibli Disney collection and kind of check out more of their more, their more prominent films that people have been talking about for years and years. But like I said, this is the latest one to hit U.S. shores, and it's not, although it's not from Disney, it's still on Blu-ray, thankfully. There's a lot of stuff on here. There's over 3 hours of bonus features, which includes the original Japanese version, full-length storyboards, celebrity cast recording featurette, an interview with Goro Miyazaki, a music video, Yokohama featurette, original Japanese trailers and TV spots, and then bonus features that are exclusive to this specific edition are a 16-page booklet including a letter by Goro Miyazaki and an excerpt from the original project proposal by Miyazaki and speech and press conference from Miyazaki. So this is a pretty stacked release for an animated title, and I always really like that because I like to see the whole thought process and all the work and, passion that goes into an animated film like this. So really excited to check out From Up on Poppy Hill. The next one I got was thanks to the good guys over at Scream Factory. They sent this along. I really, really enjoyed this, and for all you guys that have been following me, I just recently did a contest giveaway for this film in conjunction with Scream Factory and avmaniacs.com, which is where I write written reviews and also submit video reviews. So this latest film I'm really excited to talk about, and this is Cockneys vs. Zombies. This is a recent zombie film that Scream Factory just put out earlier on in the month, and this is great. It's about a bunch of kids living in, the England area, and it's two brothers and a cousin, and they've really had the short end of life, but their grandfather has always been there, and the grandfather is currently living in an old folks' home that is unfortunately going to get demilitarized, so he's going to be sent to some place up north that he really does not want to go. He wants to stay in the area that he's grown up in, that he's always known. He wants to sit tight. So the kids, kind of have, always loved their grandfather and always appreciate that he's been there for them, so they kind of hatch this scheme, having no money, to rob a bank, and they get some other hooligans and street, thugs to kind of be the brains behind the operation to help them out. And as they go in to rob this bank, of course, a zombie apocalypse happens. So it's this really odd band of misfits of people that were going to rob you, and the people that were being robbed that have to kind of, like, come together to fight this off. All while this is going on, the grandfather is holed up in his retirement home with, you know, his whole band of older, elderly people. So it's kind of these two, you know, oddball groups of people trying to overcome this zombie apocalypse, all the while trying to reconnect with themselves. This film was really funny, and I thought it was really well done considering it was a low-budget film. I think the makeup effects were really good. I thought that everybody just really shined in this. I thought everybody was hysterical. This film had me in stitches. It's really over the top. It's really bloody and violent at times. So I know a lot of people make comparisons to films like this to something like Shaun of the Dead, and I think that people just... And I'm guilty of it too, when I'm trying to sell it to people that might not be, you know, really huge into horror. It's so easy to kind of be like, oh, well, it's like Shaun of the Dead, just because, you know, they kind of share similar accents and it's kind of set in a similar environment. But the story in itself is different. It's very different from Shaun of the Dead, but it's not, you know, so far off that you couldn't kind of, you know, link it or compare it to something like Shaun of the Dead. But Cockneys vs. Zombies comes really highly recommended from me. If you guys are, you know, really yearning for something new and funny, you know, especially in the zombie subgenre, Cockneys vs. Zombies is definitely the way to go, so check it out. The next two I got are from Shout Factory, and these are the next 2 volumes in a really popular show that I'm really digging. I burned through my volumes 1 and 2 DVD releases really quickly, so now with Halloween upon us, I'm really going to cut into the rest of them and hopefully get to these in, you know, during that time. So this is R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour, the series volumes 5 and 6. You know, if anybody grew up reading Goosebumps like I did, or watching the Goosebumps TV show, you know, R.L. Stine was our childhood, and this show really, really, you know, taps into that Goosebumps kind of vibe. I like this show a lot because a lot of the episodes are really dark, and most of them don't come out with happy endings for the kids involved in it, so it's definitely a darker show than I would say even Goosebumps was, but that's exactly why I like it, and every episode is just so different. I mean, from, you know, each episode is just very, very different subject matter, so I really like the fact that they're kind of taking unique stabs with every episode that they're kind of, you know, embarking on. But this is a really fun show. Like I said, if you dug Goosebumps and loved reading those, you know, that series of books, I think you're really going to like what R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour has to offer, so definitely scoop these up. The next one I got is Rob Zombie's latest film. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of The Lords of Salem. I know a lot of people were very split on this film. You know, I think that it's definitely more style over substance, but the style part that Zombie brought to it is really, really great. I mean, there are some visuals in this film that are going to really knock your socks off. I mean, he was definitely going for something very different than what he's done previously, and I think in that, you know, I think he very much succeeded. I think this film was really well done. I think there's some really beautiful camera angles in this. I think the set design is really phenomenal. There's a terrific score in this. Really haunting, nightmarish imagery. But like I said, if you're really, you know, jonesing for a very, like, point A, point B, point C type of story, Lords of Salem is definitely not going to be it. I mean, this is a very, very surrealistic, trippy film, and you just kind of have to take it for what it is. I can definitely see, you know that this film is going to go on to be a bit of a cult hit, and it's definitely going to have, you know, its fair share of lovers as well as its fair share of haters, but you definitely have to kind of watch it for yourself to see if it's up your alley. I mean, if you love Rob Zombie and will take a chance on anything that he'll put out, then, you know, you can't really help but checking this film out. But personally, I think that it was pretty good. I thought that it was, you know, cool. I don't think it's something that you're going to pop on, you know, very often. But when you do, I think it's going to be a film that you're kind of going to look at and be like, oh, I didn't notice that before. That's pretty cool. That's odd, you know. So it's definitely, you know, a film that definitely deserves to be revisited, you know, every few years, but, you know, overall I did like it, and this actually comes with a commentary by Rob himself, so check this one out if you're very curious. Next one I picked up at Best Buy because they were, they have a Blu-ray DVD combo exclusive, so I was there, and not that I really cared much about the combo, but, you know, I was there and it was, you know, it was the right price, so I heard nothing but great things about this, so I decided to take a blind buy on this, and this is Michael Shannon in The Iceman. I know this is about, you know, like a mob hitman who really lived dual lives of this, you know, wonderful family man and the nicest guy in the world, but then, you know, his job, you know, he was responsible for the killings of, you know, a ton of people. So Michael Shannon is always phenomenal in whatever he's in, and this just has a really stellar cast. Winona Ryder plays his wife, you have James Franco, Chris Evans, so really all-star cast in this. I've heard nothing but great things. It's been, you know, highly recommended to me, so I'm really excited to check this one out, although I don't think I'm going to get to it until at least November, because with Halloween on the way, I'm very much onto horror movies. I'm on a big horror movie kick since the beginning of this month, so you'll definitely see more of that in the update. And the next one is, in fact, a horror movie, and this is Danielle Harris and Robert Patrick in a film that was collecting dust for quite a few years until Anchor Bay Stars finally put it out, and this is The Black Waters of Echo's Pond. I wanted to see this ever since it got announced, but, you know, for one reason or another, it kept getting pushed off, releases got delayed, but finally it got put out on Blu-ray this September, and overall, it's a bit of a disappointment. I don't think it's a great film. You know, there's a lot of cool cult genre people in it. Sean Clark wrote the script, and he's an awesome guy. I mean, he's responsible for Convention All-Stars. He contributes to Horror Hound. You'll see him in a lot of the Scream Factory special features, like the Horror's Hallowed Ground segments. One of my favorite featurettes on any of the Scream Factory discs. But, yeah, Sean's a great guy, and he actually co-wrote the script of this. And, you know, for that in itself, just to kind of support Sean and being able to, you know, put something out there, I think that's cool. So I was happy that I could, you know, buy this and support it. Although the film wasn't everything I was hoping it would be, I think that it's definitely worth checking out. You know, you can't just kind of go on anything like based on what I said. I encourage you guys to check out any movie, even if I give it a negative review. And while I did not think the greatest things about Black Waters of Echo's Pond, definitely pick it up and support Sean and check this film out, because, you know, you guys might, you know, enjoy something in it that I didn't. But, yeah, definitely check it out regardless. Next one I got is a blind buy, surprisingly. I've seen, you know, the clips of this film for years, but I just finally decided to pick this up because Film Fan Pete really sold this to me, particularly this edition, so I figured, why the hell not? There's not a good reason why I don't have this in my collection yet. So I scooped up the 20th anniversary edition of The Fugitive. Isn't that crazy that I haven't seen The Fugitive? I mean, but I haven't. There's a bunch of new special features on here, including The Fugitive, Thrill of the Chase, as well as the pilot episode from the 2000 television series. And a bunch of the special features from the original Blu-ray release are ported over, such as documentaries and commentary and an introduction to the film and what have you. So, yeah, can't comment too much until I've seen the film, but very happy to have another Harrison Ford gem in the collection. Next one I got, I'm very excited. Sequel I grew up loving, probably watching it on late-night television more so than the original film, and this is Creepshow 2. I couldn't understand why Image Entertainment was taking forever to put this out on Blu-ray, but thankfully they have, although it doesn't port over any of the special features from the original Divimax release, DVD release that is, which is a bummer, so you might not want to sell that DVD release because the commentary by Michael Gornick and what have you is not ported over, so you definitely want to hang on to that. And although I haven't watched this film, I'm definitely watching it this month, but I can comment, although I have heard that the picture and audio quality on this is pretty remarkable, so again, a pretty worthy double dip for me. Next one I got is probably going to have a fair share of laughs from a lot of my viewers, but, you know, I've been collecting the seasons because I've been hearing, you know, great things about this show, so I want to see what it's all about, but like I said, I haven't even watched a single episode because there's just so much in the to-watch list, as we all know, but I decided to pick this up, and this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of My Little Pony Equestria Girls. Like I said, I can't comment too much about this, but this is apparently a new full-length movie that they just put out. You know, I don't know what else to say. I bought it just being, you know, a completist, so I'm hoping that it's as good as, you know, everybody says that the TV show is, so in time we'll see how it is. Next one I got was another blind buy. I wanted to see this in theaters, but I missed it, so I'm happy that I got the chance to just pick it up. And this is the extended edition Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Now You See Me. Really cool cast in this. Morgan Freeman, Jesse Eisenberg, Michael Caine, Dave Franco, and Woody Harrelson. Yeah, there's a lot more people than I thought were actually in this, but yeah, it's cool, like, you know, magic, heist-type movie, so looked cool from the trailers. It's from the director of The Incredible Hulk. So there's a lot of cool components in this that I like. Magic, the cast, the director. So I did hear that this was a lot of fun, so I'm excited to check this out, probably in November as well. Next one I got are from Shout Factory and Timeless Media, and these are just, you know, cheapy budget packs, but I figured they were worth having for $5, even if they are all on one disc, which I'm sure won't really hurt much of the compression at all, since these are really older, shorter films, so I don't really think we have to really worry too much about compression, what have you, but they're $5 each, so there's no reason to make, like, you know, a criminal case about these type of releases, because I happen to like these, you know, double, triple, quadruple packs. But this is the Movies for You Sci-Fi Classics collection. In this, you have The Man from Planet X, Beyond the Time Barrier, The Time Travelers, and The Angry Red Planet. And the next one is Movies for You, More Sci-Fi Classics, and this has The Amazing Transparent Man, Reptilicus, The Neanderthal Man, and The Brain That Wouldn't Die. And apparently The Brain That Wouldn't Die comes with a deleted bonus scene from international prints. I think that it has like a nudity scene that was never in the domestic releases, and I think that includes Synapse's Brain That Wouldn't Die DVD release. So for $5 to get that little bonus feature on The Brain That Wouldn't Die almost makes it really worth it. And the Neanderthal Man actually just got announced to join. It's actually going to make the leap to Blu-ray in a Blu-ray DVD combo pack in early 2014, courtesy of Scream Factory. It's going to be paired on a double feature with another film. I'm failing on the name because I know it's a really wordy 50s B-movie title. But yeah, Neanderthal Man is going to be making the leap there, so Neanderthal Man had never seen an official release before this DVD collection, so if you want to, you know, scoop it up now for $5 or just wait until early next year to get it on a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, do what you will, but, you know, for $5 you're still getting, you know, 3 other films that you may not have had in your collection. So, like I said, these are cool budget packs, and I mean, if you don't own any of these, you know, sci-fi 50s little gems, these are definitely worth picking up. Next two I got are from Code Red DVD, and this one was a nice surprise. This is a double feature of Invasion of the Blood Farmers and Silent Night, Bloody Night. Silent Night, Bloody Night, I think it's public domain, but it has never looked as good as Bill has, you know, put it out. You know, at least has never looked as good as the way Bill has showcased it on this DVD. I believe it's from a 35mm print, and it looks great. Yeah, so this was a cool, unexpected surprise to show up in the Code Red store, so definitely support Bill. And the other one that he put out not too long ago was Posse from Heaven, which also comes with a bonus film called S.L.I.P, Sexual Liberty in Private. It's like a 48-minute film that I think was picked up by, you know, in an auction, and then the person, whoever got it, edited the film and cut out a lot of the talking and just, you know, kind of kept it more to sex and nudity and whatnot. So it's a bit of a random little gem, but, you know, if Bill wouldn't have put this on there, that's a film that probably would have, you know, just been completely forgotten and destroyed, and nobody ever would have knew it existed. So to have it thrown on as more or less like a bonus film or a bonus feature, that's pretty cool. I just got to take a little swig of a drink, guys, because we have still a lot to get to, and I think we're just about to hit the halfway mark. Next one I got, I can't believe I missed this in theaters, but I'm really excited to check this one out. Again, probably not going to check it out until November, but this is the Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Star Trek Into Darkness. I heard great things about this sequel. I really enjoy the original film, so I had to scoop this up on day one. I really want to watch this immediately, so I don't think I'm going to... I might not be able to wait until November because I just really want to check this out and really see how the 3D looks on this. But like I said, I heard great things, so I can't wait. Next one I got is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack from Scream Factory, and this is the double feature of Scanners 2, The New Order, and Scanners 3, The Takeover. I've actually never seen these sequels, but I've heard they're not the greatest, but I hear they're just, like, cheesy fun, so I'm excited to check that out. I'm a, you know, obviously a huge lover of Cronenberg's original Scanners film, which, when is Criterion putting that Blu-ray out? They did say it was coming, so I'm still waiting. But it's still cool to have these out on Blu-ray, because whenever, you know, the original Scanners does come out, it's going to be nice to have them all on Blu-ray, so pretty awesome. Next one I got, big De Palma buff, so I had to pick this one up, and this is Nicolas Cage in Snake Eyes. Another catalog release from WB, but it's De Palma. Very excited to have this. No special features on this, just the film itself, so what can you do? Next two I got, kind of annoyed about them, frankly, because I bought these because I buy anything Tales from the Crypt related. I have all the seasons of the television show, I have the cartoon in its entirety, I have the films, so anything, if, I have the documentary that came out not too long ago. So if anything ever pops up new or something, I immediately buy it, because I'm a big, big Tales from the Crypt fan. So I saw these go up for pre-order, and I was like, oh wow, these must be some, kiddier, direct-to-video stuff, but it's new, it's new stuff that they have to have done. So I pre-ordered them, just based on the cover art. I was like, wow, that's like, newer animation. It's got to be more angled towards kids. So I picked these up. This is Tales from the Crypt Keeper Myth Conception and Tales from the Crypt Keeper Transylvania Express. I mean, that just looks like, oh, this is going to be an entirely new show, what have you. So, of course, placing it on pre-order, there was no product information. I was just going on, the assumption that this was new stuff. I get them in the mail, and these are just both releases are just random samplings of the original 2D animated cartoon. So, needless to say, I got skunked on this one. I mean, this was just, I got conned, more or less. So, if you see these at, like, Walmart or Target, where I think they're popping up, or if you're curious, browsing on Amazon, know well in advance that these are nothing new. I mean, this is just random samplings and random order of the old cartoon. So if you want the cartoon, just go on Amazon and buy the original season releases. There's like a season 1 and I believe a season 2 with much better cover art, and it's all the episodes. So those are definitely the way to go. I believe they're still in print, but I really wouldn't, I can't recommend wasting your time on these, but since I got them, I'm just going to keep them as, I don't know why I'll keep them, but I mean, I kind of like the cover art on them, but, it's just, I definitely got screwed on these, so I definitely don't want to see other fans picking them up thinking there's something that they're not. Next two releases I got very excited about them because I've been saying for like 4 Halloweens in a row that I was going to buy these, and I never did, but I finally did, and I've been cutting into them, and they are great. I'd say essential Halloween viewing. The first one I got is the franchise collection, the Bela Lugosi collection. This is on DVD, and it comes with 5 of his films: Murders in the Rue Morgue, classic; The Black Cat, The Raven, fantastic. Karloff and Lugosi are amazing in that. The Invisible Ray, and Black Friday. This is an awesome, awesome set. So, like I said, essential Halloween viewing for the Halloween season. You can get this on Amazon for like $15 or less, and it's worth every penny. I'm just kicking myself that I waited so many years to scoop this up because it's great. The next one, which can be had for about the same price, and this is the Universal Horror Classic Movie Archive. This has the Black Cat, different Black Cat. This is the one from 1941 with Lugosi and Basil Rathbone. You have Man-Made Monster, Horror Island, Night Monster, and Captive Wild Woman. Captive Wild Woman, I'm sorry. But yeah, both of these sets are really essential Halloween viewing, just to have something classier, and, with some of the greats appearing in these films, I can't recommend these sets enough. They're DVDs, but, until the studios do start putting out more of, the older horror films, like other, older Universal Lugosi films, these are definitely the way to go. They're the best bang for your buck, and they do look really good, actually, so absolutely pick these up. I can't recommend them anymore. The next one I got just completed another Nickelodeon show, thanks to Shout Factory, and this is The Wild Thornberrys, the final seasons. This is seasons 4 and 5 together. It was short. These are on 2 discs. One season, season 4, or one disc of season 4, the other disc of season 5. There's only like 5 or 6 episodes on each. They were really short seasons, so really cool to see them just compact them and kind of give the fans, the completion of the show on this one release. But yeah, this is through Shout Select, so you go to shoutfactory.com and scoop this up to complete your Wild Thornberrys collection. So definitely support the classic Nickelodeon on DVD. Next one I got I picked this up just being a big Norman Bates Psycho completist, and I'm hearing that this show is phenomenal, so I just introduced my fiance to Psycho, so we're going to cut into Scream Factory's Psycho 2 and 3, which you will see in the update later, as well as Psycho 4, and then I think we're going to cut into this show, because I've been hearing awesome things, and this is the Blu-ray version of Season 1 of Bates Motel. Like I said, I can't comment on it, but you guys out there probably know better than I do how great this show is, because that's all I've been hearing, so really happy to got this. I got this for like $30, which I thought was pretty reasonable, so really excited to check this out once we get through the remainder of the franchise. Next one I got from Scream Factory again is the new collector's edition of George A. Romero's classic Day of the Dead. Another great cover art by Nathan Thomas Milner, and of course you have the option of flipping it over for the original one-sheet art, which is awesome. You get a slew of special features that include a new high-definition transfer, a new documentary, which is like a 90-minute documentary called World's End, The Legacy of Day of the Dead. You get an audio commentary with George Romero and Tom Savini, production designer Cletus Anderson, and actress Laurie Cardile. You get the behind-the-scenes footage from special makeup effects creator Tom Savini's archives, photo galleries, theatrical trailers, TV spots, and more. Now, if that's not a collector's edition, I don't know what is. You know, right up there with Cockneys vs. Zombies, this is definitely a zombie film that you gotta get this Halloween season to check out, because Scream Factory did a phenomenal job on this. Next one I got is a really fun one to talk about, and this is finally a stateside Hammer horror release from Millennium Entertainment, and this is the collector's edition of Dracula, Prince of Darkness. This is the 1966 sequel to the original horror of Dracula, as it was known in the States. I had actually never seen Prince of Darkness, so I'm excited that I picked this up. I watched it the other day. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty serviceable sequel. I think the original is definitely better, but there's some good stuff to be had in this one, don't get me wrong. Christopher Lee's great in this, although he has no speaking lines. But he's good, he's effective, the women in this are beautiful, set design looks great, you know, you just get that, you know, sexy, eerie, you know, one-of-a-kind Hammer vibe in this film, and that's all you can really ask for. The Blu-ray looks great. It looks and sounds really, really great. I was not disappointed on the transfer on this at all. Grain levels were great. You know, skin tones looked natural. Everything looked really great. I really was not disappointed in this at all. You get special features on here, including a commentary with Chris Lee, Susan Farmer, Francis Matthews, and Barbara Shelley. You get a World of Hammer episode. Hammer stars Christopher Lee. A documentary called Back to Black, the restoration comparison, the restored original trailer, stills gallery, and then you also get exclusive collectible cards inside of this, like a series of 5 like mini lobby cards, which are pretty cool. So yeah, this is definitely another one that would absolutely have to be picked up for the Halloween season, so definitely check out Prince of Darkness. Next one I got is, this was a blind buy. I watched it and I thought this was actually really good. It was a really intense movie. There's the Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Brad Pitt in World War Z. Missed this in theaters. Bummed that the extended edition, as this was only presented, or unrated, should I say, the unrated edition was only presented in 2D, which is a bummer, and I always, you know, it kind of bums me that they don't convert it to 3D to spend the extra money, but nonetheless, you have the 3D version, the theatrical version in 3D, but since this was a blind buy, I had to watch the unrated version, and I really liked this. I thought this was a really intense film. It looked great on Blu-ray. It looked and sounded phenomenal. Really intense. I just thought it was great. I really, though, hope that this is the start of a franchise, which is definitely the way that they kind of leave it open at the end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, this was a solid film. I'm excited to see them continue the franchise. Next one I got, I actually have 2 copies of, because as a guy who's engaged and is getting married soon, I could probably use all the extra scratch I could get, so I think I may be parting with one. Of course, I think I'm maybe putting this on eBay at some point, so just to give everybody an extended heads up on this, but I did pick up the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Crystal Lake Memories, The Complete History of Friday the 13th, and here is the second copy. This was from a signing at Dark Delicacies in California, where, like, 20 to 25 people from not only the making of the documentary, but from the actual franchise were at this event, and they signed the Blu-ray, as you can see. You get a slew of people: Harry Manfredini, Daniel Farrens, Darcy Demos, Joe Zito, director of Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, which is a surprise edition, really. Yeah, this thing is just packed. I mean, I'm sure that this has been, you know, all over eBay. I'm sure a lot of people have been selling copies and stuff. And I did, you know, I did buy two, because like I said, it's definitely not, like, for selfish reasons. You know, I'm just, you know, me and my fiance, we're paying for our own wedding, so, you know, we're trying to be, you know, come up with all the money that we can, so I thought that this would be a good investment, so we want to have a really special day. So whenever this does get put up on eBay, I'll definitely give you guys notice here and let you know that it's up there, and, you know, hopefully I can, you know, turn this for a pretty good thing, because it's going to a good cause, guys. It's actually, contrary to popular belief, it's not going to so I can buy more movies, although many people probably think that's exactly what it's for, but it's not. It's really going to be to you know, contribute to our wedding fund. So, like I said, I'll let you guys know, but awesome documentary. And with that, I finally bit the bullet and bought the Friday the 13th complete collection on Blu-ray. This has been showcased everywhere. Film Fan Pete did a really good unboxing of this. Everybody has seen this thing already, so I'm not going to waste you know, too much time with it. Although my buddy did make me a custom case for the inside of it in a 10-disc, like, Blu-ray case, so it's not like that cardboard sleeve. I know the discs coming in and out they'll eventually get scuffed and scratched, so I'll probably showcase that in a future update. So you know, when I get that in from him, I'll definitely show you that. It's a bit of a mix from the one that people have been showing, like the Nathan Thomas Milner one, you know, the one that people were buying from somebody on Blu-ray.com. It's a mix, but he did his own work to it, and I actually think I like it more. I think it's a really good blending of old school meets new school, so I think it's very cool. I'll definitely showcase that in a future video, but yeah, I mean, this is awesome to have. Moving along, we have another blind buy, and this is Sofia Coppola's latest film, The Bling Ring. Haven't watched it yet. Definitely a November flick. Next one I got, I won't spend too much time on, because if you guys go to my new playlist, Unboxings and Reviews, you'll see like an 18-minute video where I unboxed this, I reviewed the film, so we won't spend too much time, but this is coming out October 1st from Scream Factory, and this is the Amityville Horror Trilogy Collection. You get the first 3 films, including Amityville 3D, which is presented in real 3D, so awesome, awesome stuff. Like I said, if you guys want to know anything and more about this collection, definitely go to the Unboxing and Reviews playlist, and this is the only video in there at the time, so definitely check it out there, but, you know, lock a pre-order in for this, because this is a great set. The next one I got, comes out, I believe, October 22nd from Scream Factory. I think I'm going to be doing a written review for this over at avmaniacs.com in the upcoming weeks, so probably check it out there, but I haven't checked this out yet because I just got it in recently, but this is Chilling Visions, 5 Senses of Fear. It's a newer film from Chiller Films. 5 different segments, all directed by different people, one including a directorial debut from Miko Hughes, which is really cool, so yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know when this is up on AV Maniacs, or, you know, wherever. The next 2 I got are the 2 latest releases from Code Red DVD, and this is one that's been highly, highly anticipated, so very happy that it finally came out. This is The Devil's Express. Awesome film. I can't wait to check this one out. I think I'm going to watch it this week. I've heard nothing but phenomenal things. It just looks like a wacky, wacky good time. And the next one I got is a triple feature from Code Red, and this is The Female Bunch, Piranha Piranha, and Tarzana the Wild Girl. They all sound really fun. They are apparently from 35mm prints, from what I believe. A lot of them are from, like, only surviving 35mm prints, so probably the presentation isn't, you know, showcase material, but I think that's, you know, films of this stature, it's kind of cool to see the scratches and the lines to make it feel really dirty and grindhousey, so it really adds to the overall viewing experience of films like this. But both of these are available for sale right now on Code Red's Big Cartel storefront, so definitely go and support Bill and Code Red, because it's always important to support your, you know, favorite genre and cult, you know, distributors, so Code Red DVD is definitely an important one to definitely support. Speaking of independent distributors, the latest Blu-ray from Scorpion Releasing arrived in my mailbox the other day, and this is from the Crown Library, and this is My Tutor. I really enjoyed Tomboy. You guys could go to avmaniacs.com and check out my written review for that, which I really enjoyed. And My Tutor seems like a film that I'm probably going to enjoy even more so. I think this one's a little more up my alley than even Tomboy was, so I'm excited to check this one out. Next three I got are from the awesome Scream Factory yet again, and this is, the first one up is the collector's edition of Prince of Darkness, starring Donald Pleasance. You get a slew of special features, including a commentary with John Carpenter, new interviews with him, as well as Alice Cooper, and a theatrical trailer. And as always, on these really groovy collector's editions, you have the option to switch it over and showcase the original one-sheet poster, which I always do because the slipcover showcases the great new poster art, so I always like to switch it up. And the next ones are Psycho 2, the collector's edition. Universal didn't want new art to be drafted for these, so Scream Factory were just kind of, you know, they were stuck with that. But it's not bad. I mean, you know, these posters are pretty killer to begin with, so I like them. Very simplistic, great stuff. I love Psycho 2. Psycho 2 is definitely a film that everybody should watch this Halloween season, because it has no right being as fucking good as it is, because it's really great. The next one is the collector's edition of Psycho 3, which yet again is another sequel that is, you know, I enjoy it just as much as Part 3, and again, it's a sequel that has no right being as good as it is. You know, I think I definitely favor 2 more, but 3 is right up there. I mean, I love 3, and this was actually directed by Anthony Perkins as well. So these are, you know, Scream Factory always does phenomenal work, so you can't have a Halloween, you know, viewing schedule lined up without at least a handful of Scream Factory titles, so definitely check these all out. Next one I got is Marvel's most recent film. It just hit 3D Blu-ray and Blu-ray this past week. And this is Iron Man 3. I thought this was okay. The first one is still my favorite, but I thought this was okay. It wasn't amazing to me. I thought there was some great stuff, some good ideas in it, but there was just certain things that I didn't think the greatest things of, but overall it was a decent time. I mean, the first one is definitely the best, but like I said, you know, there's still some good stuff to be had in this one. It's not the most amazing Marvel film I ever saw by any means, but it's still a fun time. It's an Iron Man sequel, so I mean, there's some great stuff you can always count on, like Robert Downey Jr.'s charismatic performances, you know, awesome action scenes, so you definitely have plenty of that in here. Next one I got is the 35th anniversary Digibook edition of John Carpenter's classic film, Halloween. This is a Digibook, as I said. It's got an embossed kind of cover on there of Michael's mask, and, you know, some really shimmery cover art there in the logo and the Blu-ray banner. I'll do a quick little showcase on this. Inside you get the great one-sheet art, and then you get some pictures with some liner notes by people, you know, some behind-the-scenes sets, which is pretty sweet. Some more, you know, Jamie Lee and John hanging out on the set behind the scenes. Some more stuff, and then, of course, once you flip all the way to the back, you have the Blu-ray disc in there, and you get a bunch of special features in here, including an all-new HD transfer supervised and approved by cinematographer Dean Cundy. You get a new audio commentary with John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis, on location 25 years later featurette, the TV version footage, the trailer, TV and radio spots, and then a brand new documentary entitled The Night She Came Home featurette, which is like an hour-long documentary about Jamie Lee Curtis's journey from California to Indianapolis at the Horror Hound Convention, which is where I was at, and which you can see me in this documentary. For real, you can see me at around the 29 mark. it's Jamie Lee Curtis's sister and her brother-in-law shot this documentary, and they came up to me. I'm actually waiting for my number to be called to meet Jamie Lee, and they come up to me to ask me what I'm getting signed, and I showcase my Halloween 2 poster, which I've been collecting autographs on since like 04, 05. So I get some screen time, and I get some, I actually get, some dialogue in there. So I had no idea that that was actually going to be on a Blu-ray, so it's pretty cool to know that I'm on that documentary, and I actually have, like, actual footage, and I get to talk to the camera, so very cool to see that I am in, in a Halloween, DVD or Blu-ray, so that's awesome. I was ecstatic when I saw that, so this is really cool stuff. It's a great addition. I know we've all bought Halloween a trillion times, but just buy one more time, because I'm in it. But no, I mean, seriously though, everything looks great on that, and the features are awesome. Next one I got, wasn't a huge fan of this film, but picking it up because there's something weird about direct-to-video sequels. When I see that they're coming out, I kind of get like, oh, I kind of want to see that for some stupid, odd reason. And then I kind of want to buy the original, although I didn't think the world of that one. But nonetheless, I did it in this case, and I bought the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Fright Night. I didn't think that this film was terrible. I just didn't think... It just kind of sat at a place of, like, mediocrity, which was kind of like, I don't think I'm really ever going to watch that again. But nonetheless, here I am in this update talking to you about it because I just bought it because I'm an idiot. I don't know why. But I did because I'm kind of curious about Fright Night 2, The New Blood. I don't know why direct-to-video sequels have that effect on me. I rarely end up watching them because I'm always like, oh, I kind of want to see that, and all it does is really make me want to buy the original film, and then I might not even see the sequel. So it's a stupid OCD thing, but yeah, nonetheless, I think I will be interested to actually return to this because it's been like 2 years since I saw it in the theater, so it'd be worth checking out again, I think. The next two I got, and this is a perfect example. Wow. The first one I got, because I didn't own it, I picked up the double feature pack of I Spit on Your Grave, the original, and I Spit on Your Grave, unrated, the remake, which I heard is pretty brutal and pretty effective. And why did I buy this? Why did I buy this now? Why do you think I chose to buy this now? It's interesting. I bought this because the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of I Spit on Your Grave 2 unrated came out. See how this is working? You see what happens when these things come out? I'm like, oh, let me like go and buy I mean, this release probably was more justified regardless of what people probably feel about the remake, because the original is a classic. But I've heard good things about the remake, and I've heard that the sequel is really brutal and really violent, and the story is actually good. I'm actually hearing people enjoy this more than the remake. So I'm going to get to these, actually, this month, so I'm excited to check them out, but it's a weird effect that these direct-to-video sequels have on me. I don't know why. Back to Scorpion releasing, they just put out a new erotic thrillers double feature on DVD, and this is Shades of Grey and Tainted Love. Don't know much about these, but these are probably like late-night Skinamax thrillers. But, I love Scorpion releasing. I love that they don't kind of, corner themselves in with just genre releases. They really know how to throw variety, at their fans and stuff. So you can't help but support a company like that. And although I really had no, none of these films really jumped off at my attention. I wasn't, like, searching for these films out for years and years or something, but once I heard that they were putting on, I was like, you know what, I'll support that. I'll pick that up and see how these are. So, yeah, it's always good to support independent labels like I've mentioned in this video, so Scorpion releasing is another one of those ones you guys should. And the last two that I picked up at Target while I was picking up my Boo Berry cereal and Count Chocula and all the rest of them, I was ecstatic. Bought all of them. But I picked this one up because I remember seeing the trailer for this and thinking it was going to be cool, and I've heard great things. So this is Alexander Skarsgård and Ellen Page in The East. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited to. But yeah, I've heard great things. Check out the trailer because I think that they can probably explain it even better. And the next one, or the final one for this September 26th DVD update, was a film I didn't think the most of when I saw it theatrically, but I figured now is as good a time as ever to revisit it. I'm just shocked that it's not out stateside on Blu-ray. I think it's really weird, especially since James Wan just put The Conjuring out through Universal as well. But nonetheless, I was at Target, and I figured, you know, this is a perfect time to revisit it, because it's the only James Wan film that I don't own, so I figured, what the hell, and this is the unrated edition of Dead Silence. So, yeah, I'm excited to check this one out, because The Conjuring really got me in the mood for more of James Wan's material, so this was one that I probably want to return to more than anything in his catalog to date, so excited to check this one out. Well, guys, that concludes my massive, overlong September 26th DVD and Blu-ray update. Thank you as always for tuning in and subscribing. Please give a thumbs up to this video if you like what I'm doing. Leave a comment. You know, let me know if you guys like the stuff that I got, if you have suggestions for things I should get, although I don't really know if I need them because I have such a crazy variety of stuff in all of my updates, but nonetheless, any and all comments are welcome. And again, congratulations to Jeremy for winning my recent Cockneys vs. Zombies contest giveaway. Your prize is in the mail, so I hope you'll be receiving it sometime soon. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in a future video. Hopefully an update will come much sooner than, you know, another month from now, because as you can see, this is just a lot of stuff to gather up and showcase. So thank you guys for being patient and bearing with me, and as always, stay tuned for more videos. I'll catch you next time.